Millennia ago, mankind took Earth to the stars in a desperate attempt to save the dying planet. Disease and rampant among the population and strife, hatred, and intolerance. It's very few escaped the fate of the doomed Earth. Boarding in a prototype starship, they called the Ark. They managed to save a small remnant of the population, and including everything they would need to form a colony. Unknown sectors of space lay before them. Many didn't even survive this trip. Countless generations passed among the Ark until finally Bastion was detected, with many moons orbiting this great gas giant. These moons seem to be able to support life with the technology of the forges. Some believe these to be terraforming devices, but much of that knowledge has been lost us in the following millennia. Even interstellar drive, the very thing that powered the Ark itself, has been forgotten. And we find ourselves on a desert moon called Degergran, known for the lawless nature of the society. Pirate scavengers of all sorts have come to this place for many different reasons. Some are hiding from the Great Eight steps that now dictate human society. Others looking to make a living for themselves. And some, quite frankly, just like to kill and plunder. Human nature really hasn't changed, even though one planet was doomed by the very nature of the people that dwelt within. So, welcome to Power Up Gamers. I'm Driven D&D. I'm gonna be the DM and storyteller, what have you, for this Harbinger campaign that I've entitled The Secret of the Forge. We are playtesting in the Harbinger materials put out by Absolute Tabletop. It's a rare mix of fantasy, horror, sci-fi. It's been a lot of fun so far. Also, we're kicking off this campaign, and I have with me 4 players tonight. Even though there are 5 in a group, one couldn't make it. So I will allow all of them to introduce themselves, tell a little bit about their characters, names, classes, whatever they would like to say. Hey, and let's begin with Alex.
I'm playing Doc Lazuli. He is a Mancer who specializes in blue Astra, and he has been working as a mercenary medic, basically heals for hire, and he's just running around healing people while they kill people.
Awesome. And is there any certain reason you would be on this desert planet? Or are you just looking for work?
Well, after I lost my medic's license for questionable practices, this is the only place that I can heal people and still get paid.
Okay. Hey, awesome. John, you're up.
Okay. Well, my name's John Getz. My character is Borno. He is a shredder. Well, at first level, it's hard to call him a sniper, but he likes shooting at things from far away, at the very least. I'm not saying that he's professionally good at it, but he tries. And yeah, he's gotten, well, he took a few questionable jobs at more notable, on more notable moons, and some of it has come back to bite him. So he's not really in hiding, but he, has places his face that he doesn't want his face to be seen. Some of the
Awesome.
people, some of the people that have hired them kind of turned on him. So
Okay.
he's got a few murder raps on different moons, depending on how the news cycle is going at the moment.
Okay. Awesome. Michael.
I'm playing Hazard. He's going to be a bit more an unconventional spellcaster. Likes to get up close and dirty. He also wouldn't necessarily be here for any specific reason. Probably just trying to find a good time and a job if he can.
Okay. Awesome. And Paul.
Hi, I'm playing Jace Warders. He's a member of the Brotherhood of the Bard, which is on the surface, if you know about them, they are minstrels, historians. They love telling stories and stuff. Though deep down, they're more information brokers and loose collection of smugglers, thieves, and other slicers, agents, a little more questionable nature. Okay. He tried to do some bounty hunting, but he accidentally killed his target instead of capturing him. So he's hiding out on this moon. He had nothing but just his weapons and the clothes on his back, and he's trying to lay low. He's posing as a doctor. He's not as good as probably Doc Lazuli, but it's enough to get by with probably the less with the poorer folk. Just enough to stay hidden and stay alive.
Okay. Awesome. Each of you have what's called a whisper link. It's a private communications network, if you will. It's said to be very short range, and however, an interesting feature of this is pre-recorded messages can be sent to your whisper links, and these are known as whispers. Each of you, as you are going about your daily kind of routine and trying to make a living and really figuring out what you want to do, receive one of these pre-recorded whispers. It's, it's, hello. Oh, my friends. My name is Cypher. Come to the Harbinger Katina and ask for me. You have been lied to. The Seps are not what they seem to be. I shall await you there. And Alex, how do you respond to this? You all know of the Harbinger Katina. It's basically your dive bar of scum of the planet.
I guess I figure it's probably someone who needs fixed up and hoping to get paid. So I'll probably go
Okay.
and sit around, not talking to anybody for a while to try and get the read of the room, and then I'll go ask for him.
Okay. Hey. Bruno, how do you respond?
Oh, I will just know, yank up my equipment and head over there because any bar is a good bar as far as I'm concerned. We'll get hired for something. A job's a job.
Hazard, what is your reaction to this obviously pre-recorded message?
Hearing what the message says would definitely pique his interest, and he'd finish up whatever he's in the middle of quickly and head that way and try and figure out what this is.
Okay.
Is there any truth behind it? It's kind of full on.
And Jose.
Oh, Jace. Like Jason?
Okay.
Yeah, I know. It looks, he thinks it might be maybe an old contact from the Brotherhood, so he makes sure he puts up his little emblem to denote he's part of the Brotherhood, a little pin, and he takes out. I actually found this as a real instrument, futuristic. It's called the holophone. Yes, I know Futurama has one, but this is an actual thing. It's part of his little computer toolkit, and it creates holograms and with the glancers, so like the screens and stuff. So he takes his holophone. It's like a little keyboard type attachment, and it plays music. So he goes into the bar, and he's
Okay.
and he's just playing some music while
On
he's
your way to the bar, give me a history check.
Is that everybody or just Jace?
Just Jace.
rolled that 12.
You have heard the name Cypher before. You don't know if he's part of the Brotherhood or not. It is known that he is said to be somewhat of an expert into retrieving information. Whether that means he has supplied the Brotherhood, is part of it, you're unsure, you've never met him, but just his name is not pretty much known to you. So all of you are approaching the Harbinger cantina. It's definitely dirty. The air's very dry, dusty. You can hear loud music, sounds of people talking, fighting. Pretty much everything you would expect at a cantina of this reputation. And so each of you go in and looking around. You seem to be not so much out of place, but more of unnoticed. Yeah. So, Dr. Lazuli, what would you be doing in this spur, trying to figure out what this whisper meant?
I'd probably just act like I was just there for a drink, and I would just watch people,
Okay.
see what was going on, see if there's other people who might have gotten the message, or if I see anybody who's definitely new and might be this cipher guy. Basically, not 100% on board with this yet. Not really trusting a random message from a stranger.
Okay. You definitely see either others walking in pretty close to the same time you do, or maybe a minute or two in between them. And they're all kind of looking around the place, almost as if they're looking for someone or something that they expect to be there, but they're trying not to be obvious about it. But the cantina seems, for all intents and purposes, to be just a cantina. Nothing seems to be out of the ordinary. There's a very burly man, and behind the counter, obviously serving drinks to his customers. And he's chatting here and there for a minute with several of them. He notices all of you and just kind of tilts his head, almost in a "Are you here to drink or what?" kind of a deal. Oh, so Doc, would you go up and order a drink, or?
I'll go ahead and walk over and ask them if he knows of the cipher special.
He goes, oh yes, you're a brave soul. Or to try one of those. Kind of gives a glance around. Not too many of the regulars like that particular brand. And he reaches underneath the counter, pulls up a flask of this blue glowing liquid, and he pulls a small shot and hands it to you. Says, drink up, and I hope you enjoy the cipher special.
I gruffly nod at him, and I pull a tube up from my hood and pour the shot into the tube.
Okay. And while you are drinking this, I assume you're gonna kind of sip on it and take your time as The bartender's kind of looking at the others.
Well, you said it was a shot, right? No, all at once.
Oh, nice. 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 So, Bruno, what are you doing in this bar to try to figure out this message?
Well, I figure I'll go in and order a drink and try and find a. This doesn't strike me as the type of bar to be conspicuous in.
Okay. And are you going up near Doc Lazzoli? A approaching the barman who's talking with him?
Well, I mean, how crowded is the bar?
It's pretty crowded. This like half of the bar is basically empty stools, but the other half's kind of packed, and lots of people
Right.
at tables. And
Right. So I mean, I'll go up the bar next to him,
okay. Hey, you
and
as you walk up, you overheard the bartender saying, "Enjoy your cipher special," and you see the blue liquid shot as Doc Lazzoli pouring it in the cold.
okay.
The bartender looks at you and says, "What will you have?"
Well, I just wanted a beer, but I got a whisper saying to meet someone named Cypher here at the bar.
Oh, you mean in the ad we put out for the cipher special? Yes, it's a new drink. And he kind of gives you this almost stern look and
Mm-hmm.
puts you a shot. Says, "Here, try some."
Okay.
And what would Hazard be doing?
I would walk in and seeing the invitation from the bartender, join him, sitting down near a big bunch of other people, and hearing this exchange with everyone else. I'd lean into the bar and say, "Here's some new drink that's been making people sick around here. Why don't you let me be the judge?"
Because, yes, some people just don't have the stomach for it. And he pours you a shot, hands it to you.
I'd probably hold on to it for a second, not drinking it right away, looking over at the other two, seeing them if there's any sort of a weird reaction.
And doesn't seem to be at a moment. And Ace, how are you reacting to this? You hear these people talk about the ciphers special as they're coming into the bar. They're all getting shots of this blue liquid.
So I was gonna go to the corner and play my holophone, but when I heard that, I'll walk over to the bar and I've been there before. I've played. I know the bartender. What's his name?
He actually goes by Buck.
Burke. Hey,
But
Burke.
as in the buck stops her.
I probably helped out. Maybe any if there's any bouncers, I probably helped heal them up a bit. I was doing some nice business until some actual doctor moved into this moon. It started offering better healing services, so I've been playing my instrument and helping out
Okay.
for free drinks, or whatever the patrons give me. So I say, I know it's a bit early, but can I, if he comes over, I'll say to him, I'll get one of those cipher specials as well.
He nods at you, says, I figured you would try a new mixture. He puts you a shot. Says, hope you enjoy it. And everyone, and give me a Constitution saving throw. Okay. Ooh. Okay. So Hazard and Bruno almost immediately when you think this, you start feeling lightheaded. And Michael, fix your mic. You start feeling lightheaded, and the room starts spinning rapidly, and just within seconds, you black out. Doc Lazuli, and who was the other one? And Jace. It takes longer and doesn't seem to have quite as strong of an effect on you. So you managed to hear the bartender call over a couple of the bouncers. Looks like these folks couldn't handle the cipher special. Take them down to the basement till they sober up. And then...
so it affects us as well?
It does. It takes longer and it's not that instant pass out, even though you do kind of black out for a moment. And then you snap out of it as you're being carried down some steps and thrown on into what, for all intents and purposes, looks almost like a prison cell. With some burns, and they basically put each of you on a bunk and kind of close the door, secure it with some kind of strange data pad. Seeing that the two of you are starting to come to about also just as if you know what's good for you, you'll rate her. And then they turn and walk upstairs. After maybe 5 minutes or so, all of you are starting to come to with an extreme headache, like almost as if you spent the whole night drinking. So, what would you guys be talking about how
Um,
you're kind of waiting to see what happens.
do I recognize any of the other guys here? I think I might. It depends how long. I've been here for a good 4 or 5 months at least.
Yeah. I would say you've probably seen them around, maybe in the cantina a couple times here and there. But
Maybe I know Doc Lazzuli's the one who moved in on my gig. I had a nice gig going before he showed up.
I possibly.
I was making some nice glint until he showed up, and then I wasn't making as much, I guess.
People pay more for quality.
But look at where we are. You know.
Let me ask you, do you know what's good for you? You know what's good for you? Because I don't. Let's get out of here.
This is not going to improve their Yelp rating, I'll tell you that.
Actually, Jace will just sit back and he starts tinkering. He pulls out a spheroid from off his like a magnetic bandolier, this little round sphere, and he starts tinkering with it.
Okay. So how would Hazard be reacting to being, for all intents and purposes, drugged and taken somewhere?
He'd probably just like slowly start to sit up, you know, holding his head in his hands. I've had much better nights. He kind of looks around. Sighs and pulls out. It probably looks somewhat like a spheroid, maybe a little bit smaller. And he start fiddling with it in his hands and just like turning it, manipulating it. Can't quite see what he's doing with it though.
Okay. Bruno, is there anything you would be doing?
Let's see. At this point, I mean, just double checking that like all my gear's there, and maybe re-listening to the whisper just to check that, you know.
Everything on you still there. Doesn't seem like anyone's messed with anything. And it seems almost almost as if it was a preventive measure as to having people who weren't supposed to be there find this location. And all of you, even though your first level, just starting out in your chosen field, was intelligent enough to put together that something of this whisper and what it said with the set not being what they need is definitely a very good reason for Cypher to not want to be found by the wrong people. Thank you. Oh, background noise was getting a bit bad there. So you are in this cell for almost an hour, tinkering with things, kind of talking amongst yourself, and you see a young man walk in, and maybe only 21 years old, or very light-skinned, long black hair. And he simply looks at you, says, "My name is Rolo." Oh, oh, I understand you wish to speak with Cypher. I'm not entirely sure what Cypher has planned, but I believe he has a job opportunity for you, if you're interested. And who knows, maybe it will even take you off of this godforsaken moon.
If there's glint in it and a chance off this rock, I'm all for it.
He nods, says, "And the rest of you."
Doc Lazuli doesn't say anything. He just crosses his arms.
It's more like he wants to speak to me. I don't really turn down requests that often. Yeah, Heather would say that looking up from his needle sphere looking thing and put it away, focusing more on what's going on around.
He nods, says, good. And do any of you have political leanings that we need to be aware of?
I like my politicians like I like my coffee. I don't like coffee.
He lets out a chuckle at this. Says, "Seems like you'll do fine."
Yeah, I only like politicians if they got the glint and they got a job. Aside from that, don't really care.
Well, they definitely have jobs and definitely have a lot of glint. But I think you'll find that the motives may be suspect. Where Cypher wants the people to know the truth.
Truth is subjective, but it's always truth is always about power. So power is always good to have.
He nods, says, "Well, it seems like there's no need for you to be locked in that cave." And he comes over with a small data pad, unlocks it, says, "As if you wish, I shall take you to see Cypher. However, you do not know where."
So as everyone kind of states their answers to that question, Hazard would watch them each, just as interested in the answer as this guy in front of them is. And as he walks in, basically saying he's going to blindfold them to take them wherever, he moves his hand towards the side and pulls it back and just kind of lets him do whatever.
There's no need for that. We have a vehicle, all that will take you where you need to go. However, you won't be able to see all of it. And he will lead you out a different entrance to an alleyway in which looks like a skyhopper is parked. And all of you know of skyhoppers. This one obviously is a multi-person skyhopper. They look almost like a cross between a land speeder and a taxi, for lack of better words. This one obviously is more of almost a station wagon type size. And there is a small door that hisses open. And he says, "Go ahead, be seated inside. I'll be in the front driving."
Well, I'm not good at reading people. Can I try an insight check with him?
Sure.
11.
And what are you specifically trying to look for?
See how trustworthy he is. If see if he means us any harm. If he's hiding something.
He doesn't seem to be threatening in any way. Seems to be doing his job, so to speak. And you are definitely sure he's at least hiding the location of Cypher.
I can respect that.
You can't stop the signal now.
But he seems to be almost your typical henchman, lackey, thug. And Rolla looks at each of you and says, "Well, Cypher waits. We should get going."
And so I'll climb into the back, and I'm totally fine with all of this, and I'll just, I should still keep my eyes open, but I'm fine with it.
You would be pretty used to something like this, although probably not being drugged first. The rest of you see Jace climbs into the car are pretty eager. You do notice that the windows of the sky hopper have steel plates over them. So it's definitely a very dark ride. You wouldn't be able to see anything of the outside.
Well, seeing that the other doctor gets on board, Dr. Zuli climbs on after him.
Okay. And would Bruno and Hazard be climbing aboard as well?
Yeah, Hazard would climb in, probably being one of the last people to get in and sit there, just kind of close his eyes, focus on getting that pain in his head to go away after that nasty drink.
Good. And Bruno?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, you all get in, find a seat. Seats are crowded but comfortable. Oh, it's not a huge ride, so there's not much room to stretch your legs. Rolo slams the door shut, and you hear a metallic click as if doors were locking. And then he climbs into the front and types at a panel, and you can hear a slight and the sky upper lifts off the ground. Only maybe 4 or 5 feet each. You know, they can go pretty high, but it seems like this one is built more for staying close to the ground. And he just starts driving he's taken various turns, and maybe 2 hours pass and all of you have no idea of where you are or as far as location, and you might recognize district or something like that. Probably not a particular building. And when you're let out. So after these 2 hours, various turns obviously meant to disorient you even more than the alcoholic drink that drugged all of you. Oh, and the massive headaches. Finally, the skyhopper stops, lowers itself to the ground, engine shut off. Roller gets it's out. You hear that metallic click again, and he opens the back door. Says, well, we're here. Cypher waits you inside. And he points over to this rundown building. Says he should be in the conference room.
And where's the conference room?
Says it's go in past the security desk and take a right. It will be the third door on the left. And
all right, I'm gonna just go over there now.
Okay. And if any of you are looking around, you definitely recognize you are in the slums, the Scandi town, probably on the very outreaches of the no man's land. And any who wish to do so as they're trying to kind of get their bearings, give me a perception check.
$17.
Okay. And that was Hazard who got the 17?
Nope, Doc Lazuli.
Okay, got it. 10, 15, 3. Okay, A. So, Hazard and Jace, you see several people standing around nearby, obviously armed. You can see carbines and revolvers. Some have vibrosa blades. And you look up and you think you even see security cameras as hidden among various street lamps. Oops. 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 Dark Lizard Oi. You see all this almost without even thinking about it. And then you're listening and you hear what sounds almost like metallic footsteps coming from inside the building. And it's pretty faint. So you're not entirely sure what you heard. Maybe someone using some kind of power armor, maybe a baromech, perhaps. But there's definitely seems to be pretty well guarded for a rundown slum.
Well, that's a little suspicious, but I expected that.
So I assume all of you are going into the building. Rolo just looks at you, says, well, good luck. I'm sure Cypher will call if you need a ride back. And he hops back in the Skyhopper and takes off.